I was married for 17 years, and the last 2 years of our marriage were difficult. There were signs, there were things that I was noticing that were happening, but when I inquired about those things, I wasn't told the truth back, and so it was difficult for a counselor to help us. Fast forward a couple of months, in August, I decided to go ahead and let my community, my legacy community, know what was going on and that I could use some prayer. And so they always do prayer requests in class, and I said I needed prayer because my former husband and I were separated. I was so grateful that I finally told them, because they weren't able to help, they weren't able to provide support until they knew. And so I just think it's so difficult at first, because you want to protect your marriage just in case it works out. You want to put your best face forward, but it's so important to ask someone for help and to at least let a few people know what's going on so that you can get that help. Because once I told my community, I had 30 days of prayer right away. And every day I would get a note or a card or an email, multiple, a lot of times, from people in my community. And it just meant so much, and it showed my girls, at the time, it showed them so much about how much we were loved. And it was truly the hands and feet of God that enabled all those things to happen. At that time, Legacy was doing a study, a Louis Giglio video series, and the series was on hope when life hurts the most. And I remember one of the videos, Louis Giglio talked about when you're suffering, when you're having trouble, you're handed a megaphone. And what are you going to broadcast? And when you're having those troubles, and I'm not talking about, I left my lunch at home today trouble. I'm talking about big time trouble. When you're having trouble like that, like John 16:33 says, we will have, in this world you will have trouble. Take heart, and for I've overcome the world. And I clung to that verse, and I still do. But I remember the part about the megaphone and how Jesus spoke the loudest when he was on the cross, even though all the people around him didn't know for sure how this was going to end. He had said, I will be back, but that had not happened yet. And so when you have trouble, that video said, cling to the cross, look to the cross. And so that was very helpful to me at the time, and still is.